See, when people talk about enterprise context, I tell them, right, like see, we already had data warehouses and data lakes and all. They have the enterprise data, right? Like, so what is difference between an enterprise context graph and a data warehouse and a data lake? Enterprise context primary thing is to create links of the data which is there in your data warehouse with behavioral links, right? Why is this behavior important? Is if you want an agent to do the job of yours, right? Like maybe you get an email, someone asking you saying that I want to sort of do a podcast. Um, you might say yes, you might say no, right? And that is captured because in the reply I can see whether you said yes or no. But I don't know why you said yes or why you know. That is there in your head, right? Like you don't really document, like every time you said no, you don't take another page and say I'll write it down why I said no or something like that, right? Now you can build agentic transformation where agent will basically go through, initially it will be very simple. It will use historical data, which is basically like AI ML, and I'll say based on your previous behavior, I decided that you should decline this request and accept this, right? Now you will look at the data and say, no, 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 I want you to accept this also and decline this. Then the AI will ask you why, right? And you will give them some, maybe one sentence feedback saying that, no, I decided that I will not do any podcast anymore on ERP systems. I decided that I want to do some podcasts on AI transformation. It will remember that. So next time when the agent runs, it will do that. So it's capturing your behavioral data. And tomorrow you are not there, you are on vacation, your assistant basically comes and says that, okay, I'm not accepting this. Your AI will say that, no, based on what Russ told me last time, he wants to do AI transformation work. You might want to consider like accepting this or at least check with Russ on that. That is behavioral capture, right? It is not just automation, it is behavioral capture. Now, just scale this simple example at an enterprise level. Why does a supply chain order went through? Why was the merchandising rejected? Like why was this code review accepted when the functionality works, but still the architect basically asked me to rewrite this, right? Why was that bug occur even though acceptance criteria met? Now this is institutional knowledge, and you need to build upon that. One of the other issues you are talking about individual tools is they all talk about learning from their memory, but they're learning individuals' behavior. They're not learning enterprise behavior. You need to know, because the team people will come and go. You need to know how the team as a collective made decisions and why was one product, the product produced by one team is better than the product produced by other. Right now, no one can explain it. They'll say they had better people.
Right? Yeah.